Hey everyone, it's New York Dan here. Greetings. Today I have a bit of an art project or an industrial project. I am making my own sign up, my own neon sign. That's right. It used to be that you had to be a glass blower and a real artist to make one of these. Now, thanks to modern day technology, not so much. It can be made right at home. So, with a quick trip to Home Depot for a few essentials here, we are off to sign making school. Now, you may be wondering, what is this blue thing here? Yeah, this is a wrap that they put on a piece of plexiglass. The plexiglass is clear. It's not real glass, it's acrylic. It's like safety glass. It's like a plastic. This is what's going to hold our sign together. Standard hot glue gun, right? I love these. These things work so great, hot glue guns. You can get these sticks right at Home Depot too, which is convenient. Yeah, what does this all cost? Not that much. The plexiglass was only about $8 for this sheet. This thing was only like $5, $4.96, something like that. What is this? It is clear vinyl tubing in the plumbing section of Home Depot. It is flexible. The only downside is it does have a little bit of print on it. Okay, what's this? This is the only part you have to order over the internet. I got this a while back. It's been sitting around. This is the brand here. But it's made in China, and I got it from some kind of website, probably on eBay. What this stuff is called, it's called EL wire. That stands for electroluminescent wire. It's really cool, and you can get it in different colors. Some of the colors, it shows you on the box, like there's like a rainbow of colors. Here it is. These are all the colors you can get. The only catch is, I'm going to be honest with you guys, some of the colors like red, they're not very bright. Certain colors are better than others. I think the green is pretty good. I've tried buying different colored EL wire, and it's kind of a crapshoot. The brightest one, you see this one, it's like aqua color, electric green. That's one of the brightest colors. I think the white is pretty decent, but the green is definitely bright. I believe maybe the blue might be acceptable, but what I'm thinking is all of this wire has like phosphor and it glows something like the green. And then what they do is they just color the casing to make other colors. You see how if you get the green one, you see that strip? That's actually the phosphor. That strip inside there. The actual wire, the EL wire, it's plastic. And you see it's clear here, so that lets the most light through. Yeah, when you get the colored ones, they just put a filter, I believe, on here. And then that's going to dim it down a little. So it's kind of a drawback. But anyway, you may be wondering, so why did New York Dan buy this plumbing clear hose, clear tubing, vinyl, I believe it is? Well, you know those old glass tubes that neon lights are made out of? I like the look of those. And this kind of looks like a glass tube. Look at that. You can bend it pretty sharply. Yeah, if it starts crimping over, we may have a problem. We got to be careful of that. But my plan is to put this EL wire inside here to make it look more authentic. Now, this kit here, it's pretty cheap. I bought this online. I can't remember the exact price, and it's probably going up with inflation quite a bit, especially with the tariffs and who knows what's going on with it. This thing came with it. It's a little power supply. It runs off a USB, and apparently it's just lit up. So apparently there is a battery in here. I guess it's a rechargeable. I had this stored away, guys. I haven't looked at this in a long time. Yeah, check that out. It's glowing. This is what I'm talking about. You see how bright that is? And then at the end, they have a cap. Now, it's a little tricky, but people have shown ways that you can actually cut this wire and then reattach it to, you see what it, right here, it's spliced into this supply wiring. You could actually reattach your own wire, power supply wire, to a piece of this, and you can make your own custom cut of EL wire. That gets a little complicated. There are videos on YouTube showing how to do it. If you want to get into cutting this and tediously hooking up, there's obviously two wires in here. There's a ground, and then there's I think they call it like a cathode wire, an anode and a cathode. And then the phosphorus are kind of in between the wires, and they glow when the wires are energized. It takes a high voltage. Inside this wire, it's like 100 volts. It's a AC current. There's a power supply. It said this may hum. They said that's normal for it to hum. Now, I'm going to show you what I intend to do. I'm going to simply feed this wire. Hopefully this will fit inside my tubing. Then I'm going to bend the tubing around, and I got a little shortcut. Instead of having to cut that wire and do tedious electrical work, I'm going to show you my plan. Now, obviously, guys, you don't need to buy this much damn tape. This came from Harbor Freight, the infamous, some people call it hobo freight, electrical tape, black electric tape. That's right. I'm going to use that to simply black out the parts of this tube that I don't want showing when I build my sign. And guess what, guys? I think that I can conjure up some AI music, theme music. While I put this sign together, I will show you. We'll try to do this. It's an experiment. We're going to do a time-lapse video. First thing we do, let's test this out. We unraveled the tubing and the EL wire. I took those ties off. This is what it looks like, and it's energized. How about we thread some of this into this tubing? I'm pretty sure it will fit. We're going to have a problem if this doesn't. I think it will fit. I'm only working with one hand. Keep that in mind here. We're going to thread some of this in, and we're going to see how this glows. So I'm going to turn the lights down. Then, if it looks good, we're going to get busy. That's right. We're about to get busy here. And we're going to peel off this blue protective covering, and we're going to start building. So, guys, I got a slight problem. The end cap of the CL wire does not fit into my tube. It's snug. It will fit, but there's no way to thread it through. What I'm going to do, this might be a little reckless. I think you can get a shock. That's why they put that on there. I'm going to simply cut the end of this tube off with a pair of scissors, and then I'm going to thread it through. I'm going to power it down when I do that, of course. Guys, here's an update. I had the scissors ready. I tried pulling on this with both hands, and this cap came off the end if you just pull it off like that. I think it's just, they just cut the EL wire. I don't think you have to hook anything up. We'll try running it. We just won't put our hand at the end of that wire. Let's see if this works. Hey, it still works. So now, and it has a few modes. That's the power supply. It can blink it if you want. So now I'm going to thread that into our fake neon tube. Let's see what happens.
Dan's the man with a neon plan, lighting up the night, a shining span. With Sarasota Flair, he's got the style, turns YouTube into a radiant aisle. Tubes of light, pure delight, bringing brilliance through the night. What once cost thousands, now in view. Dan's neon magic through and through. Neon dreams in the cityscape, colors dance and reshape. In New York's glow, we find our peace, a shining wonder that'll never cease. Crafting signs with cheek and charm, each design setting off an alarm. Sky blues, reds, and sultry gold. Dan's luminescence, a sight to behold. Sarasota whispers in every thread, from sunny days to lights overhead. A glimmer here, a sparkle there. Dan's neon world beyond compare. you a pure delight. Dan's vision shines so clear and bright, guiding us through the evening's light. Neon dreams in the cityscape, colors dance and reshape. In New York's glow, we find our peace, a shining wonder that'll never cease.
Well, guys, I hope you liked my crazy music that I made up. Yeah, I'll show you what I did here. You saw I used that thicker tube to give it more of a neon. It's hard to see it. I don't know if it paid off or not. It was only about $5 for that tube. You can see the thicker tube, but what happened was, once I got to the end here, that's where I cut the thicker tube, and I continued with just the EL wire, the way it comes, in order to make that Dan sign, because there was no way I was going to be able to bend the thicker tube around that tight of a spot. Yeah, it kind of took its shape on its own, guys. It's a real art project. This is the actual EL wire. It's much easier to bend, much easier to secure. You can make more intricate signs with it. This is the EL wire inside that thicker vinyl tube. I thought the thick vinyl tube would make it look more neon. More neon-like. It's hard to tell, though. I don't know. Maybe if I sandwiched another piece of plexiglass, that might give it some kind of an effect. That might make it look even more cool. Let's see what it looks like on the back. So here's the back of it, guys. The back kind of looks the same. That's the back of it. Looks better from the front. Yeah, I put the power supply on there. It's kind of like an old school neon sign, you know, where they had like the power supply or the ballast attached. Yeah, I'm real happy how it came out. It looked a little sketchy when I first started making it with that thick tubing, but it came out pretty damn good. Pretty damn well. I like it, and it's pretty bright too. This is just fine for doing my broadcast, or if you wanted a sign in a bar. And you can get different colors with that EL wire as well. So you could make, if you use different ones, you could combine it and make like a multi-color sign. Maybe we'll try doing a project like that in the future. Yeah, I got some cool ideas. I got some more ideas for signs. We might make some more up. Yup. This one came out pretty good. I put the link in the description for the EL wire to get it on Amazon. It's going to be, the link will be in the description if you guys want to attempt to try to make one of these, right? If you want to attempt it, take a crack at it. Came out pretty well, though. I'm happy. Here's how it looks with that, with my famous on-air sign. Yeah, that just has a little strip of LEDs, believe it or not. Uses the plexiglass to actually make that on-air. But it's really cool because the yellow reflects off these tubes, and you can see the thickness of that clear tubing that I put the EL wire into. I like it. Well, guys, that was definitely a project. I'm glad to have it finished. We'll see. Now I just got to tune it with that on air sign that once that's on, it seems to kind of drown out the EL wire. It's not super bright, the EL wire. That's the only catch to it. But I really would, it's a cool decoration if you have like an area venue that's like pretty dark. Yeah, those EL signs would be perfect for that. All right, guys. Hey, give it a crack. The link's in the description. It's a lot of fun if you can master it. Hot glue gun. It's not that messy to make either. I did it right on the carpet. Just put down some newspaper and stuff. Pretty fun. And yeah, the plexiglass I actually got at Home Depot. I showed you the receipt, I think earlier. It didn't cost that much to make this. All right, guys, this is your friend, New York Dan. And yeah, you'll see the sign in my broadcast. The live streams at 8 every Tuesday. That's what we're shooting for. Have a good one.